What are you so happy about?
I'm not usually a big fan of boats, but the New York City ferry that brings me from where I'm staying in northern-ish Brooklyn to here is the most efficient way to go. All right, in the shadows of the Brooklyn Bridge, I'm at Pier 2 of Brooklyn Bridge Park, where the pre-party is for the RBC Brooklyn Half. And just like last year, this is where you pick up the bibs. This is where they have some merch and some really cool event stuff. Much better weather than last year for this particular day. So coming out of the pre-race party, which is in Pier 2 behind me, there wasn't a lot that was different from last year. There were vendors there selling a whole bunch of assorted running gear, running accessories, all the goo you can ever want for running a long distance race. Same as last year, well organized, smooth getting in and out. Last year was hot and humid. This year it's going to be upper 50s Fahrenheit with a bit of rain. The first half of the race goes in and around Prospect Park before going down Ocean Parkway. Completely flat, straight, repetitive blocks. It is the outdoor equivalent of treadmill running if ever there was one. Over yonder is North Williamsburg, and that bridge over there is the Williamsburg Bridge. This is the Manhattan Bridge, and there is the Brooklyn Bridge going into Manhattan. What blows my mind is how far apart these bridges are, and yet I would start in North Williamsburg for a long run, come down to this area, the Dumbo district, if you will, go toward the Brooklyn Bridge and over it into Manhattan, and then follow all the way up back to the Williamsburg Bridge to pass over it. A map shows them as very close together, but the distance is very large. Race morning, a lot more empty than I thought it would be at this point, which is, I guess, a good thing. I wasn't expecting to get here as fast as I did. These corrals are absolutely ginormous. The weather right now is on the humid side, but upper 50s, so I feel comfortable in a singlet. Here we are. Over in the distance over there, you can see the security checkpoint everyone passes through. Every corral has their own array of porta-johns, which is great. And then wave 2 is going to be over in that distance. The race itself is just as I remember it. The first half is the more physically demanding part as you go through the rolling hills of Prospect Park. But then the second half is more mentally taxing because it's a straight line essentially. That being said, I think I got a PR. And it was about this time last year that I ran into somebody in the line who recognized me from these videos and who commented in the video last year. I don't know who you are, or I might remember you once I look at the comment from last year, but hello again. Now it's about getting some B-roll footage and meeting up with some friends over at the Coney Island baseball park where the Cyclones play. Let's go Mets! Back in northern Brooklyn after a very long train ride. It is moist, cold, and a complete contrast to last year. I'm not usually a big fan of boats. New York City ferry that brings me from where I'm staying in northern-ish Brooklyn to here is the most efficient way to go. Plus, it's only $4 and the view's not bad at all. But still, it's a boat.